Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Danielle Mendoza and I am a full-time online coach. When I told my other personal trainer friends that I was going to be an online coach, and when I meet other coaches and I tell them that I do it online full-time, about like 80% of the response is, oh my God, the dream. And I didn't realize that there was that much confusion about how to transition from going face-to-face to online, or even just setting up your online business. So I asked Instagram earlier this week what questions they had, and today I am going to answer them. Some of the questions I got were kind of the same, so we're going to kind of group them together. Okay, question 1 is the longest one, which is fine, we love it. With online coaching, do you do FaceTime with clients during workouts, or do you do online set programs and do weekly check-ins? Also with prices, do you charge monthly with a locked-in contract? I need guidance. And that's why I'm here. First part of the question, no, I do not do live FaceTimes with my clients. And that is for a couple of reasons. The first one being when I was like designing the service and what I wanted to offer and what I wanted it to look like, I didn't want to have to deal with the issue that comes with trying to align my schedule with multiple client schedules, because that was an issue that I always had when I was doing face-to-face coaching. A really popular time to train is like 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And I was always getting clients who wanted to train at that time. And there are only so many 6 a.m.s and 7 a.m.s in the week. So I definitely did not want to deal with that, which is why I don't do like live sessions with clients. The second reason is that I didn't also want to make things difficult for clients who were in different countries, and I didn't want to make like the time zone an issue. So when a client comes on board, we do a live consult where we're chatting on Zoom. And already like I have clients in America, Canada, Europe, and sometimes I'll be like, oh, what time is it there? And they'll be like, oh, I stayed up till 11 p.m. for this. And can you imagine if that was something they had to do every week? I wouldn't sell to them. I wouldn't be able to work with overseas clients. And the third reason is when it comes to my life, I understand that my energy dips throughout different times of the day, throughout different times of the month, throughout different times of the week. So I wanted to have a product or a service where I could work when I wanted to. The second part of that question was, do you do online set programs and also do weekly check-ins? Yes, to both of them. All my clients have their own customized program where it is literally tailored to their goals. I specialize in strength training with weights and in calisthenics, and calisthenics looks different for everyone. Like some people might just be interested in sets and reps with wanting to learn pull-ups and dips, and some people just want to learn a handstand and do normal weights. Some people just want to do calisthenics, some people just want to do weights. So I don't offer cookie cutter programs. I really recognize that like people have their own individual specific goals. So I make sure that their program is tailored to that and also to where they're at. So like I said earlier, they do assessments when we do our Zoom. So in the consult, I can kind of see where they're at. Sometimes they'll send me through videos if they already have experience lifting, so I can see where they're at in that and then program according to where they're at. Also, everyone's different with how many times a week they can train. Some people need a 4-day program, some people need a 3. So you've got to kind of take into account what they can realistically, like how much time they can realistically dedicate to the gym. I have 2 packages when it comes to online coaching. I have a silver and a gold membership, and the gold membership has weekly check-ins, and then the silver membership has monthly check-ins. And again, those aren't live check-ins, they're done through Google Forms. And then the third part of the question, with prices, do you charge monthly with a locked-in contract? So I have different payment options where people can pay weekly, monthly, or tri-monthly, so every 12 weeks. I don't do lock-in contracts per se. Like the terms and conditions are different depending on the package that you get. So if you pay weekly, you just need to give me a week's notice to cancel. But if you pay monthly or every 12 weeks, you commit to the month and to the 12 weeks. And then the notice you'll need to give is before the next payment comes out. This next question is a little bit similar to the first one, but I might be able to fill in some gaps that I didn't quite cover in my first answer. So what do you offer in your online services, pricing, etc.? So as previously mentioned, every client gets a customized program, and depending on the membership, either a monthly or a weekly check-in. On top of that, no matter what package you're on, clients are going to film a set of every exercise and send that through. They either send that through WhatsApp or Messenger, and then I'll watch their videos and send them through feedback. Programs are normally 4 to 6 weeks long, which means a client is going to do a session for 4 to 6 weeks. So that way, each week they're going to take into account the feedback that I sent them, and they're going to apply it to the next time they do that session so that they can do the session better. I understand that this is a lot of time on my end, and I think people see coaching and online coaching as like the more scalable method or a way for them to do like less work. So when I tell people this, they're like, when I tell coaches this, they're like, why do you do that? That's like a lot of time. And my issue is, and what I'm really passionate about is that like I worked in a gym for 5 years and I saw the amount of people doing exercises and like following a program and doing the exercises wrong. Like that is why they don't see results. It's not because they're not following a program, it's because they're following the program incorrectly. Like they're doing the exercises, but they could be doing it better. And it's why I meet people who are like, I've been training for like 5 years, but I get stuck on this weight. People who aren't PTs and who aren't aware of technique don't know what they're doing wrong, and that's why they can't progress. Me giving them that feedback allows them to go into that next session super aware of what they need to focus on. And that's how they're going to get better. That's how they're going to lift pain-free. That's how they're going to understand how to work the muscles that they're actually supposed to be working. It's how they stop getting their back hurting doing deadlifts. And it's how they're going to be able to put more weight on the bar, because good technique makes a lift feel easier, and that's how you're gonna get stronger. And that's my little tangent on the importance of technique and feedback. So programs, check-ins, video feedback, and then obviously being there to answer any questions that they wanna message through. So the silver membership as of today is $70 AUD per week. And that is a monthly check-in where it really is more just about training. And then the gold membership as of today is $80 per week. And that is where I also work on clients with the pillars of health outside of training. So we discuss nutrition, stress management, sleep, all that fun stuff. Do you know much about the app Everfit? No, sorry, I do not. I use Trainerize, and most of my mates use Trainerize or TrueCoach. What app do you use? How much do you pay for it? Can you claim that on tax? And how do you do your taxes? It's a multiple part question. As previously mentioned, I use Trainerize and I pay $90 per month on it. Trainerize has like different levels of subscriptions. So if you've got less clients, you might not need the $90 per month one. So you can go, you'll start off a little bit cheaper, like on a cheaper subscription. And then as you get more clients, you'll need to upgrade. And before I answer the next part of this question, I would just like to put like a little disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor or a professional accountant. And this is not financial advice. I'm just gonna say I do claim it on tax because my accountant said I can. As for how I do my taxes, my accountant gave me a little spreadsheet and I fill it out as I go. And then I see her every year and she tells me how much I need to pay the government. That is all I'm gonna say on that. But I do think if you are a personal trainer, if you run any kind of business, if you're a sole trader, have an accountant and ask them all the questions. What software do you use and where do you start? We've covered the first part. I started by asking my friends who have online coaches what they were paying and what they were getting out of it. A lot of online coaches have like different services, and some were getting programs. Some didn't have to do video feedback. Some asked their coaches questions at any point in the week and would get answers. Some said they only could ask their questions during the weekly check-in. So everyone's was really different. And what I did was I took the elements that I liked and then I added the elements that I thought were missing, or the elements that I thought were very necessary in order to make a client successful and to see results. Because that's what's important when you're coaching. You want your client to see results and you want to set them up in a way that allows them to get that. Which again, going back to my discussion about videoing and watching their videos and giving feedback, like I felt like that was so necessary for a client to truly be able to get stronger. And that's why that's in my service. From there, I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, like the service that I wanted to offer. And then I offered it. My online service now looks quite different to how it looked like when I first launched it, because I have gotten feedback, I have applied that feedback, and I also came across problems that I would only ever have been able to come across like doing the thing, and then I found solutions to those problems. I know it's like very easy for me to say, and when I say like just start, that can be very daunting to hear, but you really can only learn from the experience that you have. And if you're not giving yourself the chance to have this experience, you're not going to be able to be a better coach or better online coach. So I would say do your research, design the service that you want to design, create the product that you feel like is needed in the market, and then from there, take on feedback, make it better. I like this question. How many years of PT experience do you think is needed before making the transition? This might not help, but I don't have a specific number, because what one PT might learn in 10 years, another PT might be able to learn that in like 3. That being said, I think it's incredibly important to have heaps of gym floor experience before you make that transition, because you are going to see so many things when you work with the general population. Like the amount of different ways that people squat or deadlift or think what a squat or a deadlift is, wild. And if you don't have the knowledge to fix that in person, it's going to be very, very hard to be able to have that skill to do online. I also think it's really important to see like a wide variety of clients, because from your experience coaching that client and helping them find a solution, you're building like your own little toolbox that you can then use to apply to online. Do you think you need many followers to be able to sell a program? It depends on how many programs you want to sell. Obviously, like the wider you're following, the more you're going to be able to sell, usually, depending on your conversion rate. Say your conversion rate is 50% and you have 10 followers. So you put out a guide, you have a 50% conversion rate, which is like amazing. You're going to only sell 5. If you have 1,000 followers and your conversion rate is 50%, you're going to sell 500. I think having followers makes it easier to sell your program, but I think like if you have a low following, it shouldn't deter you from creating a program that you feel like people need and that is going to be valuable and to help people. Because you can always grow your following. If you truly feel like you have a product that is going to help people, I think you should make that and release that. And as you get more followers, you can always refer them back to that program if that's, you know, the solution for them. And then there were a few questions on how do you get your online clients. Most of my clients have come from Instagram. I've had a few clients come from TikTok. I've had clients come from referrals from other online clients. I've also had clients come to me because they said that this coach sent them my way. So that answers the question of how do you get your online clients. Next is the question of how do you get clients? So basically everything I said earlier is how you can get clients. To add to that, I would say I've spent quite a long time consistently posting content that shows what I'm about and shows who I am and who I like to train and what my training philosophies are. And that's how I've been able to kind of build a client base that I feel like I truly align with and that I truly enjoy coaching. On top of that, I've also spent time becoming like the best coach I can be and being able to get my clients the results that they want to see. Of course, I post about it and then that helps as well. Results like speak for themselves. If you are able to show that you are good at what you do, you're going to get clients. No matter how bad you think your marketing is or however low your followers are. Don't get me wrong, good marketing and having more followers definitely helps for sure. Like we said earlier in that percentage sales conversion example. And good marketing means you're able to actually clearly explain better what you do, because that's basically what marketing is. I definitely think if you spend some time getting great and becoming a good coach, like that is so invaluable. And people will notice that and your clients will notice that. Your potential clients will notice that and express interest in the online service that you offer. And that is the end of that Q&A. If you want to have a more in-depth discussion about growing your coaching business, whether it's a face-to-face business or an online one, feel free to schedule in a one-to-one strategy call with me. We'll have an online meeting where we'll discuss your current business and what it looks like, what your goals are with your business, and what the gaps are. And then we'll strategize on the steps that you can take to level up. I'll put the link to book in the description. And in the meantime, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any follow-up questions, pop them in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe, especially if you want to see more business content and training tips as well. And I will see you next time.